Hello Disney Infinity trainers, welcome back to another episode of my character review series for Disney Infinity 3.0. Today we are taking a look at none other than Sam Flynn. And as I mentioned in the Korra review, this outfit is just straight up awesome. If you put him in a dark toy box with kind of some bright colorful lights, it really highlights the glowing aspects of him, and very, very cool overall. So let's take a deeper look at Sam Flynn. Let's start with his skill tree. And so it's definitely a lot more useful, I think, than what Korra's looked like. He's an athletic character as well. He actually has 2 speed boosts, so you can really optimize his running potential. He only has 2 health boosts, so this kind of goes to show that Sam Flynn is a little bit more of maybe an offensive character, whereas Korra can be seen as more of like a defensive character. He also has 2 super jump abilities, so if you go ahead and try it, he jumps very, very high, probably just as high as the Jedi do with their force jump. Not that high, but still. All right, let's go back to the skill tree. So that is his health and defense page. Next, we have his special ability, which is that he raises his identity disc over his head, and a beam of light comes down from the open portal above, and it's just like a big beam that damages a lot of the enemies. I've only invested in just the special move, but as per usual, you can increase the damage, you can increase the blast radius, you can increase the number of times it can be used, etc. Next is his melee skills, which definitely have more going for them than we saw with Korra. Although I'll stop comparing him to Korra. They're both very different and both very awesome characters. So he has a kind of ground pound ability called Grid Break, and I used it before, and it's definitely pretty powerful. It has a pretty big blast radius, and you can also improve his damage from his melee attacks as well as his combo potential. So this move right here, where you hold triangle, is a very cool one. It breaks the opponent's block, and I'll show you it. It actually looks pretty awesome. It's his block breaker. And then his ranged, he actually uses the identity disc, which he throws, and it hits the enemies and kind of bounces back to him. And if you increase it, you can also hold it, but if you increase it more, you can actually make it so that it ricochets between multiple targets, which is pretty useful if you have a big swarm of enemies that you're trying to take down. Otherwise, you can increase the amount of enemies it ricochets off of, you can increase the charge time, the amount of damage, etc. Pretty straightforward. And lastly, his overview. So he's a super jumper, a tech specialist, and also a marksman. So he's not as mobile as Korra, although, well, because Korra has the web swinging, but he is a little bit faster, and he can also jump higher, so I guess that's supposed to make up for it. But let's go ahead and see what kind of damage he can deal to some enemies. So that button is hooked up to a randomizer, which is hooked up to 3 separate enemy generators, and it looks like we have the middle one again. So we're going to go ahead and try the identity disc. We're going to go ahead and hold it. There we go. Let's go ahead and charge up the identity disc. There we go. It takes up multiple enemies at once. That is very useful. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look. So those enemies were waiting until the others were dead to actually start attacking me. Okay, there we go. So there's our death of the episode. And so let's go ahead and show that block breaker move. You hold triangle, and there he goes. He releases the light cycle in the opponent's path. Very, very awesome. Let's go ahead and dodge. Nope. Alright, we have his special ability available now, so let's go ahead and use that. There we go. So it automatically defeated one enemy. And let's try his ground pound. There we go. It's got a pretty big blast radius. Where's his bow? I'm trying to charge it up. There we go. Alright. Cool. Couple more. Alright, very nice. So there's Sam Flynn for you. He is pretty active and just a cool character overall. I definitely enjoy using him. So I hope you enjoyed this character review. Let me know who I should review next. And we'll be on the lookout for Sam Flynn in the Infinity Games Season 3. He's going to be very difficult to beat. Thanks for watching.